Okay, session 6. Then if you flip to that, it's entitled The Projects. Before we look at this, do you have any questions? Anything that's come up?
Can I have one of these books for Dave?
Yes, ma'am. You sure can. That was an easy one. Can she have a book for her husband? Yes, we can do that. I don't know if you do or not, if you have any questions or not. Let me ask you a question then, and then we'll get into 6, and then if you do, we can talk after that. How has the day been?
Great, awesome.
Has it been good? Had the information?
Very informative.
How about the presentation-wise?
Great.
Okay,
Should we say it sucks? I mean,
Yes,
is that what
that'll
we're
be
supposed-
fine. Okay.
Actually, I think you did pretty good.
Okay. Has it been helpful?
Yes.
I think so. I think it takes a general, because we forget. We know this, sometimes we probably know a lot of this, and then we live and we forget. And this is like one of those, like, oh yeah, man, especially if we've been in the struggle. What you've been saying, I think, it's like, oh yeah, that last,
Right.
because, so we're confronting each other with some really serious, hefty stuff in our lives, finally. So
Okay.
this is where the basics come in, when you want to get into that real heavy emotional, personal area of life, so you don't, go off on each other. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Take 2 and think it through.
Okay. All right. So for the folks on the internet, he just said it was good.
Enjoy that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and again, this was geared very general
Yes.
to help you. Some of you have no problems. Everything's golden. Move it to the next level. Some of you have issues going on. Some of you are young. Some of it. That's okay. Work them out. Move to the next level. Okay. In session 6, the projects. No single workshop can solve all of your marital problems. But what you have learned today can change the course of your relationship. Even making small and gentle changes in the trajectory of your marriage can have a dramatic, positive effect over time. The key, of course, is that you have to build on the change and keep it going. That's very important. Improving your marriage is a journey. It begins by suspending disbelief, taking a small step, and then seeing where you are. Taking the next step. And if you get stuck or take a few missteps, review those notes with an eye toward charting where your marriage is now. Then you'll be able to figure out how to help it along in the right directions. You're always moving forward and never backwards. So here's an idea to help you maintain the momentum from today. You have the walking papers, that appendix in the back. Make this the start of a lifetime of growing together. Take them one, work it out. Take a piece of paper. You've got them, they're attached in your book. Open it up, work it out. Get a journal, better yet. Get a journal, label it, do it. Next day, label it, do it. Next day, why? Because in a year, you know what you can do? You can go back and you can look over there and say, wow, do I know him? Woo-hoo. Wow, have we moved forward. Then the next issue, number 2, is the magic out, 5 hours. Now, if you do the adding of the time, it's not really 5 hours. There's 2.5 there, but the idea is the point. By devoting an extra 5 hours a week to your marriage, you will discover that you will take your marriage to the next level. Here's how you do it. Partings. Make sure that before you say goodbye in the morning, you've learned about one thing that is happening in your spouse's life that day. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm up at dark 30, so I'm not going to wake Linda up and say, okay, tell me about, what are you doing today? Where have I had that conversation? The night before, okay? The night before, when I come home, she comes home. How was your day? What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. What do you got going on tomorrow? She tells me, I know instantly what's going on, okay? What are you doing? My spring break is coming. Boy, do I have a honey-do list. But you know what? She knows what I'm doing every day, so I'm safe. Partings, make sure you do that. Admiration and appreciation. Find some way every day to communicate genuine affection, appreciation toward your spouse. Man, making that little deposit makes a difference every day. Hey, hun, thinking about you. Love you. Out here cutting down this tree. Upside down, hanging by a thread. I got a rope on one leg hanging upside down, but I can text you, I love you, as I fall to the ground. Whack. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, what can you do? Just a simple sign of affection and appreciation. Hey, if you know your wife or your husband's having a rough day and they got to go do something and they're doing it for you, do you know how good it is to hear a thank you? You don't have to say anything else. Just thank you for doing that. Means the world. Skies open, angels sing. Ta-da. Affection. Kiss, hold, touch each other during the time you're together. Make sure you kiss before going to sleep. Oh, man. You messed that all up, Rick. Notice that kiss, hold, touch. Affection, the connection. Then you have the weekly date. Make this a relaxing, low-pressured way to stay connected, to update your love maps, and to turn toward each other. Now, for some of you, that'll take the 3 hours to do that, and that's fine, okay? Some of you will take quicker. The point is what are you doing? You're maintaining the momentum from today. You're working briefly on your marriage every day, and that'll do more for your health and longevity than working out at the health club or on the latest diet. Okay? Now, number 3, the marital poop detector. That's in your papers. Okay? And this one is I almost cut this one out, but I liked it. Because you need an early warning system that lets you know when your marital quality is in danger of deteriorating. So in your handout, the last session, number 6, in the appendix, there's a list of questions to ask yourself once a week. Check as many as apply. And if you check more than 4, think about talking things over gently with your partner within the next 3 days using a softened startup and without being critical of your spouse. Guys, folks, women, wives, men, you need to do this. You need to understand where you're at. When you ask good questions, you get good answers. There's some good questions on that list to ask. And then ultimately here at the end, number 4, you need to forgive yourself. After coming this far, after coming this far, it should be clear to you that there is no such thing as constructive criticism. All criticism is painful. We know that, don't we? Oh, what kind of criticism you like? Well, I can take it all, but the one constructive is better. Baloney. Somebody says you're ugly, guess what? It hurt. But it's constructive criticism because you are. But what is it? You hurt. But it's still what? It still hurt. Easy over there. It's okay. No, I'm not talking about anybody. But the thing is criticism. Easy over there. All criticism is painful. But unlike complaints, specific requests for change, criticism doesn't make a marriage better. What causes a spouse to be chronically critical? The first is an emotional, unresponsive partner. The other source of criticism in marriage comes from within. It is connected with self-doubt that has developed over the course of one's life. In other words, it begins with criticism of oneself. So what's the antidote? The antidote for poison of criticism and contempt is expressions of thanksgiving and praise. These are only genuinely possible when you have learned the joy of forgiving yourself. You have to forgive yourself. Forgiveness starts with you first. The more you endue your relationship with the spirit of thanksgiving and the the graceful presence of praise, the more meaningful and fulfilling your lives together will be. You have to put every issue that's going on in your life and in your marriage under the blood of Christ. You have to. Well, I don't want to. Then you are not walking by faith. It's that simple. Yeah, but you don't know. No, there it is. You need to see the wrong, and you need to say that Calvary paid for that. It's what hung my Savior on Calvary for me. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to walk back now. I'm going to start over in the process, and we're going to come to some successful resolutions. Everything we've been talking about now for the last 6 hours, 5 hours, the issue is called discipline. That's the issue. Now, discipline is not legalism. Can I say that again? Discipline is not legalism. Discipline is, I'm going to take this and I'm going to have an orderly function in my life, and this is what we're going to do. Boom, 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 boom. And if and when I mess up, because I'm going to mess up, guess what we're going to do? We're going to backtrack and we're going to get right back on track. Okay? Marriage is a big component. Marriage is a big thing. And what we need to do is, well, how do you eat the elephant? How do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time. So what do you do with your marriage? Big thing. One piece at a time. Okay? Figure it out. You know what's going on in your relationships. Now, Jody said something on the break a minute ago. It was a great thing. Everything we've been talking about, you can take out of the marriage arena and you can go put it right over here in any relationship you're in with anybody. Because what are you doing? You have the Philippians 2, that grace joint policy of agreement in mind. And you're going to esteem others better than themselves, and you're going to move it over here, and you're going to start doing this, and da-da-da-da-da. And the next thing you know, you're going to have such a quiver full of friends, people who have the same beat of the heart as you do, that when things come up and happen, you have that ability to reach out and get the help. But we've been talking about marriage. I hope it's helped. Hope it gives you some things to work at, some things to consider. Go home tonight. Read back down through the booklet. We'll get the DVD as ready as we can, quickly as we can, if you'd like one. Look down through it. Go back through this stuff. I'm not the guru. Don't have the answers of it. I didn't charge you $1,000 a head to be here today. I just know that from stuff that I've studied over the years, what I've been taught by Dad and others, I know from personal experience in my own life, this stuff works. You just have to do it. The discipline to take one step at a time. Okay?